Oh no! What is that? I'm bleeding. Help! I'm bleeding. Help me! Help me! I don't know what's happening. Help me! Help me! Ugh, what's wrong with you? Plug it up! Plug it up! Up! Plug it up! Plug it up! Plug it up! It's the Curl Girls, and welcome back to On the Rag. What's on the rag? Well, we're gonna be talking about periods. Yes, the thing where girls bleed once a month from their vagina.
What's a period, you may be asking? Well, it's part of your menstrual cycle. This is when your body is preparing to have a baby. During your period, the lining of your uterus will shed, resulting in you bleeding.
The typical time for a girl to get her period is age 12, but it can happen as young as 8 and as old as 17. Also, just because a girl has her period does not mean that she is physically or mentally ready to get pregnant and have babies.
The first year or two of having a period, it can be very irregular. You can either completely skip a period for months, have 2 periods in a month. It's, you're not really used to having a period yet, so your body can do wacky things.
A woman can experience pain and fatigue during her cycle, especially during the time when the uterus lining is being shedded. And also there are many reproductive health issues that can affect your menstrual cycle, such as endometriosis and things like cervical cancer that can affect the way your period happens and how it affects your body.
If you ever experience pain that's out of ordinary or just something you've never experienced before, it's a good idea to be talking to your doctor about things.
Yes. And listen to your instinct. If you think something is abnormal and the doctor's telling you it's normal, listen to your gut.
Mm-hmm. Don't be afraid to ask for a different doctor, because one person can't tell you what's wrong with your body. If you know something's wrong, talk to someone. Even if you're someone who hasn't gotten their period yet, it should be a good idea to be carrying pads or tampons around, whatever you think you might be ready to use first, or heating packs, pain meds, anything that would help ease your period, because your first period could either hurt really bad, be really heavy, or be really light, but it's best to just be prepared.
So, I got my first period when I was 11 years old and I was in 6th grade. It was the day before winter break, and I thought I pooped my pants because sometimes period blood can look a little brown when it comes out. So that night I took a really long shower, and the next morning I woke up screaming and crying because I was bleeding all over my bed and I did not know what was happening. But thankfully my mom was there to help me and I figured it out. And I also had horrible cramps.
Oh yes. I have a pretty similar story. I think it was the summer of 5th grade. I had just moved to Okinawa and I was looking at a new house and I gotta go to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom and I noticed that in my underwear there had been little bits of brown, and each side kind of thought I pooped myself, and I was like, okay, gross, weird. Changed underwear, cleaned myself, went on with my day. When I got back to the hotel, I noticed there had been actual blood in my underwear, and that's when I knew I had my period. I personally didn't experience any cramps, but it was uncomfortable. And this is where I also go back to having your own supplies, because my mom gave me an extra large nighttime pad for really light bleeding, so always be ready for something that suits you.
Everyone's first experience is different. My first period was really heavy and painful. Again,
mine was light, really easy.
So everyone is different.
Yes.
So periods are often stigmatized. They're often talked about or seen as dirty or shameful, and many women are ashamed for talking about their experiences with having a period or experiences with doctors and talking about their period. This can be really harmful, especially to young girls who are just learning about their bodies, because it's important to know that a period is not dirty or shameful. It is a completely normal bodily function that every woman has.
I think you pretty much got everything. I don't think I really have to add to that. But going back to irregular periods, even if you had your period for a while, there can be changes here and there. I know in a lot of teen girls, a late period is scary because I'm pregnant. I'm 15, I'm pregnant because you've missed one period. When in reality, it could be because of pregnancy, but most of the time, if you're being safe or not even having sex, your period still could be late for a multitude of reasons: diet, exercising, stress, hormones. It doesn't automatically mean that you're gonna have a baby. So if you have a late period and you think you might be pregnant, take a test. If not, calm down. You're probably not pregnant.
For real. Some red flags to note when having your period or menstrual cycle is huge blood clots. As you know, period is not just blood, it's uterus lining, so there are solid pieces that come out.
But as a general rule of thumb, if your clot is bigger in size than a golf ball, you should get checked out by your doctor because that's abnormal.
Yes. Also, if your period lasts longer than a week, if you're having heavy bleeding for over a week, then you should get that checked out. And also, if you're having extreme pain to the point where you can't move or you can't get up, get that checked out. Those are some period red flags.
That's it for On the Rag. Thank you for joining us this week on our talk about periods.
Yay!